do squad news? Anything picked up over the other weekend? Anybody likely to be back for the Scottish game?
Yeah, nothing significant from last weekend, which surprising the intensity that it was played at, and all the boys that were pulled and rested last weekend are graded back into training this week. So for this season, I'd say that we're as fit and as fresh as we've been at any stage, which is testament to the S&C and medical team to get boys. We had the biggest unit session this morning that I've run this season, so that's always pleasing to see.
Yeah, and then there's always an element of luck about injuries as well. There's all the science that goes into it, but as a whole over the season so far, you must be relatively happy with the kind of luck you've had after a poor start last summer.
Yeah, I think the plan from the very outset by Andy was to make sure that we rotate the squad, that the business end of the season is just around the corner, and to make sure that we've got as many of our players available for that run-in. And as I say today, from a forwards perspective, we had the biggest unit session that we've had since probably pre-season, and that's exactly where we want to be.
And given you've secured top spot, how do you approach this game at the weekend? It's not a dead rubber, but it's one of those games that, on the face of it, perhaps doesn't have as much on it.
That's a lot on it for us. We've spoken pretty forthright about it this morning, that it's continue to build momentum going forward. We actually believe that Scottish are a real threat and are a strong team, and have been knocking on the door of that top four the whole season. I'm perspective that both of their starting props have been signed by Premiership clubs next season. So we've talked about how there will be a test for us there. So we'll treat this game as any other, and know that's probably what you expect to see. But we don't want to be going into a playoffs on the back of a loss, and we don't want to be going to semi-final on the BNI on the back of a loss. So this is about maintaining that momentum, a different perspective, going away. Day trip to London, go and do a job there against a tough team with a proud home record, and come back with the spoils hopefully.
And the winning run you're on, obviously promotion is the ultimate aim, and everything else is secondary to that. But does it help? Does it engender that confidence that you're getting used to winning week in, week out?
Yeah, and winning in different environments and different ways. We've spoken probably all season about the balance of our game. I still don't feel that we've hit that, but I think there was another big step in that the weekend, that we were able to challenge for our forwards and finish through our backs. We've had stages this year where our pack may have been on fire, and then our backs have, for the following week, have done the job there. The balance was better. I think if you look at that overall game, we, multifaceted of the really challenged Welsh from there. Winning habits. Winning on the road, winning at home, winning when we've been a few points down at Nottingham away, will all put us in good stead coming into these playoffs scenario.
And obviously, your focus is very much the guys up front. If you were going to pick your starting eight for a win or bust match, I mean, how many of those positions in your own mind are you set in stone?
We've got the group. I wouldn't say that I know the eight, and I don't want to be in that position. More importantly, I don't want the players to know that I'm in that position. You look at the two props that played the weekend. One man of the match, one very close. James Hall first starting for 80. Lou said, if his perception was that position had already been taken, would we have got that performance from him? I'm pretty honest with my relationship, and what I've produced with the forwards there is that they go out there, they earn the shirt. It's up to us as coaches and management to take the shirt off them. So I know who my group is, and from that, it will be the right man for the job on that day.
Yeah, and is there an element of horses for courses if you're up against a particular front row, for example, or a particular size of pack?
Yeah, we'll review what they offer, but more importantly than that, we always put down what we want to do. We talk about how we want to impose our game plan, and we've got 22, 23 forwards who I would back any day of the week to do the job that I asked them to do, as they've continually done this season on a number of occasions.
Yeah, looking into those playoffs, is it right you're looking for the semi-final for the first leg to be at the Mem, the second wherever it happens to be? Yeah,
that's right, and I think it's pretty obvious why that would be. The boys love playing at the Mem. We want to go out and impose our game plan. Impose the way that Bristol want to play at home. Whoever we've got to play, home and away, it's going to be tough. We've seen that, but there's a real special place for us to play. But also, I think more importantly, people don't realise how other teams hate it. We always talk about how much we like playing there. it's actually difficult for other teams to come, and that support at the weekend made a huge difference. And you go into half time to talk to players, and they mention the crowd. I don't think people understand that how inspiring that is to us all.
Yeah, and that fear factor, it's another little psychological tip potentially ahead of those big games to come.
Absolutely, we don't want it to be a comfortable place. We want to make it as uncomfortable on the pitch, and the chant of Bristol from the crowd, I'm sure, can also be daunting for the opposition. And it just is important that we all buy in on and off the pitch into what's going to be a really tough few weeks for us.
And obviously, it's one of two for who you'll be facing that semi-final. Are you going to be paying much attention to the last round of games as to who it's going to be?
Yeah, we can't control that. What we could control was the result of the weekend would allow us to finish top. We've been quite open with our plans was to get in the top four. Once we knew we were in the top four, it was planned to become number one. We've not hidden away. We've not hidden away from that. Now that's out of our hand. Now we've got a lot of work to do to make sure whoever we face, that we then move on to the next stage, which is to get to a playoff final, and then we'll take that when we get there.
Yeah, obviously the pressure is there. Can you enjoy this? Is it enjoyable at the moment coming into it to work and doing this sort of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Andy spoke at the very start. Really, that's what he was looking for. He was looking for a group of people that enjoyed playing in big games, enjoyed the pressure of big games. That's what inspires us. I spoke to the forwards before the game at the weekend about what excited me about the weekend was that there was a lot of chat regarding Welsh's strength, a lot of chat about Bristol had to match that. I find that quite inspiring. I find that brings the best out of me. It did the forwards at the weekend, really. So does pressure change you? No. What pressure should do is just heighten you, so you become more accurate. And we had a test the weekend against a very good team that we met, and we know that we're going to be facing another 3 very good teams in the next few weeks.